guys, my name is Guillermo, and today we're kind of doing a different video. So, this is something happened a few years ago, and it didn't happen to me. It was about an airplane, mh370. In 2014, a plane went missing, mh370, and until 2018, we have not found the airplane. Well, the whole body of the airplane, or lots of pieces. We've only found like 5 or 3 or just a few. But I propose a theory, and I have one. Even though I'm just a kid, and I'm just a 10-year-old kid making a random video, I kind of got into it, and I want to tell you guys my theory. So here we go. So I made a map of this. It may be not the most accurate, but it can be I can use it. All right. So this is Kuala Lumpur. So the plane takes off from Kuala Lumpur, and here the plane turns a little and turns a little back and turns, which is not normal because the flight was from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Supposedly you have to go this way, straight line. See? So the plane turns and turns, and here we go. And to not be detected so much, it goes into Thai and Malaysian airspace between Thailand and Malaysia, so they can't be seen in much countries. Here they turned off the transponder, but here they can be seen in military radar from Thailand and Malaysia. Easy, right? So the plane, the pilot wants to see Penang for the last time. His city that he was born. The city was born. He was born. So this case, I proposed that it was pilot suicide. I have proof. When investigators went to his house, they saw that in his computer there was a flight simulator, and the flight simulator had the exact same flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, and it ended in the Indian Ocean, which is the place that I'm going to show you where the plane supposedly landed. Well, ditched, basically. So this is where things get kind of creepy, because it was pilot suicide. At least in my theory, I theorize that it was pilot suicide because there are many factors to it. His family had abandoned him a few days before the flight, which is something to get depressed from, obviously. So he got depressed right there. So, and then he wanted to kill himself. But what a way to kill himself than taking 200 people with you, which is something lots of pilots have done. For example, in other planes that has crashed, there were, I don't know anything about any airplanes, but you can literally look up pilot suicide in YouTube or something, and then you'll find lots of plane crashes that have been done by pilots who were depressed and wanted to kill themselves. And what a way to kill themselves with taking 200 people with you. Here we go. So, how I was telling you, the plane went, he saw Penang, he wanted to see Penang, the city that he was born in, for the last time before he killed himself. And this is just me theorizing the map right here. So the plane, he went over here, and it kept going in a straight line. There's no radar. He cannot see anything now. This because the plane disappeared. Now, the plane is over here. You can see that basically that was like 6 in the morning right there. The plane's almost about to so at 6:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. They made the statement that the plane was supposed to be here 2 hours ago, and it's lost. The plane was in the air because of one detail. The engines of the plane were sending messages to the manufacturer, signaling that they were still in the air, because if the plane was in the ocean at that time, then the engines would not be sending that message to the manufacturer. So the plane was in the air. Everybody. Also, the engines were sending handshakes. You can look it up. The definition. It was sending messages. So the plane. This is just me theorizing. It could be over here or over here, but the plane went down south of in the Indian Ocean and ditched somewhere over here. Now you can look up ocean currents, and like Air France 447, the rest of the aircraft are in the Indian Ocean, and people are looking in the wrong place. You're not looking in the wrong place, people. You are spending millions of dollars in the place where you're not supposed to look, because this pilot is extremely intelligent. He's a genius because he ditched the plane somewhere that, well, they wouldn't look. Nobody would look like a plane just disappeared. You wouldn't look in the Indian Ocean. You would look where it was last seen. So people started looking where the transponder went out, or where the military radar lost it. That's where they're looking, because they wouldn't look in the Indian Ocean. So, how do I know the plane ditched? Because the flaperon, one of the only pieces that has been determined that it's from mh370 were extended. So that means that the plane was landing, because there's no reason to extend the flaps in the flaperon other than to land the aircraft. So they extended it. So the plane landed in the Indian Ocean, but you telling me, hey, but the people would have been alive, or we would have seen some stuff floating around. We wouldn't have time to get out. The plane would fill with water, and even if you got out, you would die for a few days just being there, because it's cold, you don't have water, no protective things, nothing. There's no way you're going to survive that. So the plane sank to the bottom of the ocean and everybody died. Pilot suicide. So that's what happened in my theory. You guys can make your own theories, and I just realized that I'm a freaking genius making this thing. So here's what happened, at least in my theory. The plane took off, turned around, turned off the transponder, obviously, over here. So and it was just seen by military radar, and then after it went out of land, Thai and Malaysia and all these land, the military radar lost it. The handshakes are over here. They were making handshakes because it was running out of fuel. Because it didn't have enough fuel to do all this, obviously, and this is not normal because this is not part of the route. The route was supposedly going over there, but the plane went over here, and it ditched somewhere over here. That's my theory. You guys can make your own theory, but I just realized I made this theory. I was just thought about it, and I got this idea, and I looked for proof, and there's the proof. I told you proof. I told you what happened, and that's just my theory. You guys can debunk it, find errors in it. You guys can do whatever you want. This is just a theory. I'm not saying what happened, so please don't sue me saying that I know what happened. All right, this is just what happened. Okay, thanks for watching this.